Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of, how to not play League, I guess. In today's video, I'll be showcasing Veigar, because I think he's a really good beginner champ, just like Annie. Quite simple to play, and is playable in the mid lane. I know there are some people that play him top and even bot, but whatever. I think he's a mid lane champ. I don't think he can work in the jungle. You can jungle later on, obviously, when you're fed, but for the time being, I'd say he's a mid laner, for sure. We're just going bot again, just because that's where the bot spawns. So just something to take note of. He's got 4 abilities like every other champ, but like actual usable. His passive Veigar ability grants him a stack of evil whenever they strike enemy champions. Takedowns on champions grant additional 5 stacks. Each stack of evil grants Veigar 1 ability power, so he's a infinite stacking champion. So for every time he gets a stack, he will then additionally get ability power for said stack. We're gonna start with Q, because his Q is able to hit 2 minions, so you'd want to get them quite low, because we don't have any AP currently, and you just want to Q him like that so it hits both of them. We won't be able to get that one, and the casters are a lot easier to get because they're casters. We can just Q like that, and just by killing those 4 minions, we have additional 4 ability power, which puts us up to 37. Doesn't sound like a lot, but especially in the beginning game, it's a lot. And I'm pretty sure if you just hit the enemy champion, you gain them. My stack. So we went up against a Mundo because he's tanky enough to live through our bursts. And we're doing fine so far. I mean, we got 7 stacks. This Veigar is mono hungry. Oh yeah, we just got a stack for that. So his W does do the most damage, but obviously his Q is a lot easier to hit. His E is a stun on the outside of the circle. We want that for sure. We just managed to pick up double the amount of stacks we had previously. I think that hit him at least. You could always use W on yourself to kind of force him to not engage on you. Yeah, that's Veigar, and then his ult basically just hits like a truck. The lower HP they are, the more damage it does. So we'll do a couple shimmy shakes until we hit level 6, and then we're out of mana. Okay, that's fine. Still getting bleeding damage. I went Arcane Comet as Ruins, as it's a really good default rune set for him. League also does recommend it, but Dark Harvest does feel like it does a lot more damage, and especially even in the beginning. But it's another stacking mechanic. Dark Harvest is by hurting them when they're low HP, and I think it only really works if you're doing Earth or any other game modes like ARAM. But if you're in the mid lane, just going heavy AP I think would probably be a lot better, just because you're gonna do AP damage and you want to be doing AP damage, so it kind of just makes sense. Yeah, we'll do a little dance. Do da do da. There we go. Yeah, I'm not gonna run back, I'm just gonna do that. Mundo is also really strong against us because his passive allows him to not get CC'd for a while. So you'll see if I do CC him, there's a book that flies off from him, and that's because of his passive. He can always go pick up the book to make that cooldown go a lot shorter than I don't know, 30 seconds or whatever it is. But yeah, so this, you wouldn't fight a Mundo mid lane. I just thought, you know, he'd survive most of our burst. I'd probably make the video a little bit more interesting because you can actually see the damage. He's a tank, by the way, so it takes a lot of damage to chunk that man down. So he should not get CC'd. Oh, but he does. So our ult does more damage the lower HP is, but I don't think it's enough to kill him. Not yet anyway. After we have a couple stacks, or at least our first item, once they hit about half HP, that should be enough to kill them. So all you'd really want to do is just hit them with the E. If you can get them stunned, to use the W on where they're stunned, or you can even use it to kind of block their path. It's a very zoney champion, because even if you don't hit anything with the E, you're still zoning them off to be only be able to go to a certain point of the I don't know, like where they can walk. So he's CC'd and he's got the W. We'll try the ult, but yeah, it wasn't enough. A little bit more, and we should just like insta explode him. I got nothing for that. We'll just do a recall quickly. I just want to kill him once for the video at least. We'll come back with a bit more AP. Actually, how much do we need? We can get this. That should be alright. Yeah, I would highly recommend doing the practice tool if you're new and starting out to League. I would also suggest to do bot games, to do a couple beginner bots. I think that will help you a lot with the flow and the minions. And then do quite a lot of intermediate bots once you're comfortable with the champion. I don't think they last longer than 10 minutes because most of the people playing bot games for some reason are like level 400. Probably a place where they go to untilt. I don't know. But normally it's doesn't take too long and you barely get to actually play with your champion. Like by the time you've built them up, the game is pretty much over. So even though he's smacking us, we're zoning him and we're still gaining more ability power. Damn, he really smacked us though. He used his ult, so his ult basically just regains most of his HP, or not most of it, but it regains a lot. He gets a lot of healing. If you wanted to counter this, you just get healing reduction, but it won't stop it completely because it is a Mundo. We've got 52 stacks, so it's not a lot. We've only got 125 AP. Oh, so that's the book I'm talking about. I don't know why that looks like a cookie here, but it does. Oh, he's gonna kill us. No, this is a tutorial. Oh, I might cut that out. I might leave that in. I don't know. I think that's poetic justice. He's a level above me. That's really annoying. All we needed to do was press R. 500 damage. Our ult does pretty much that, so that would kill him. Just to show it. Oh, it didn't, but I mean, if I dropped the Q first, that would have. But he was so low. So, can't believe he killed us. This is why practice tool is important. So things like that doesn't happen while you're recording. Let's see where we can go. Okay, so his main combos, I would say, is E, followed with a W, and then Q. Now, Q's cooldown is a lot lower, so you could start off with a Q. Let me just reset the cage. Refresh cooldowns, that one. Cool. So you could probably start off with a Q into a cage, into a W where it lands, and then fall up with another Q. If any of those hit, it should be enough for you to do an ult on him. He's a tank melon. Come on, tank melon. Use your ult. Yes. Yes, use it. Use all of it. I had to flash. The tank melon is real. You would have noticed in that fight, I used E, the side of the cage, basically on myself. So I used it this way. So as he was following me, he would get... Oh, man. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to play him. Is trick them into thinking that you're dying, and then you don't, and you just turn around and kill them instead. You can build him tanky, Veigar that is. You can give him a like a Warmogs, and instead of going Arcane Comet, you can go Grasp of Undying, because he's a fully ability scaling champ, so he will hurt no matter what you've done. Well, he'll hurt no matter what you build on him. You can build him support, you can build him crown, you can build him tank, you can build him assassin, I think. Even I haven't tried it, but you could probably either get Blade of Duskar. That won't increase Q damage, but your autos attacks will hit like a truck, and you could probably go full AD Veigar. It won't matter, because your abilities are still scaling from just being in lane and playing. To do that, so he's not going to get stunned. He's got the book. So we are bursting him dead now, at least. I hope you guys learned something from this video. If you liked it, please give it a like. You know, you don't have to. You can drop me a comment. I appreciate those. I read all of them when I can, and when I do, I reply back if it's a replyable message. Yeah, if you're not subbed, please subscribe. I'll be doing a couple more of these League tutorials, just started getting into them and still trying to get the flow for them. But enough about that. I'll let you guys watch Veigar dance us away into the end credits. Thank you guys, and see you in the next one.